So, what I want to do today is jump into the Jets because whenever we look at, okay, the 10th pick, okay, the 38th pick, well, what the hell does that mean? And I think whenever we jump in and do these mock drafts or whatever else, it brings more reality to the situation. And that I want to get a real feel, because what does a first round pick mean and a second round pick mean, right? What are the standard or type of players that you can get in those situations, and what will that look like for the team moving forward? And again, it doesn't matter if you're in the Debo's got to go, or if you're in the Debo do whatever you can to keep him. Doesn't really matter. We are going to try to cover all the bases. So this isn't so much of a, I think he's going to be traded again. I don't think that he will be. But as things keep going, the party in LA video, if you haven't seen that, you can head to my Twitter at JL_Chapman, where, they basically blasted him on loudspeaker with the plaque. Debo's going to return to the 49ers. And he gave the sign. Now, again, mass interpretations of that, whether that means, he wants to stop the announcement, or if he wants to not go back to the 49ers. Regardless, don't really care about that. I want to jump in and let's talk about this. Okay, so let's go. We're going to do a mock draft on Pro Football Focus. And here we go. We're going to enter the draft. And what we're going to do at the start, we're going to do a trade with the Jets. Okay. So we have rumored, again, these are all rumors, that they are okay offering the 10th pick, which makes sense if you look at what they offered for the Tyreek Hill trade and lost. They offered 35, 38, 69, which if you add those up on the Jimmy Johnson trade chart, they equal about the 10th pick. So the idea of offering the 10th pick for Deebo is equivalent to what they were offering for Tyreek Hill. However, I am of the take that's not enough for me. It is a starting point for sure, and it's not a bad haul. It's not a bad trade. It's not bad anything. So like I again, yeah, I'm with you, Nick. He puts out there, I want more than 10. I do. Here's what I want. I want 10. I want 38. I'm clicking on my screen, not the actual screen share. 38, and I want next year's third. That is the package that I want if I'm the 49ers. Now, for the Jets to do this, we might have to throw in, pick, a fourth or next year's fourth or something along those lines. And I'm okay with that, whether, they want a fifth or a sixth this year to equal out the picks. I'm fine with that. So, and this is the trade that I'm going to put through. Now, I'm going to give them Deebo. Again, I don't want to do this trade, but if they offered 1038, a third rounder next year, that's what John Chapman is saying. All right, we could do this trade. That's what I want. And again, if we got to add more 49ers fourth or sixth round picks to it to equal out the numbers, I'm totally cool with that. So I'm going to click force this trade, because again, like you can see here, Pro Football Focus says this trade will not be accepted. Nothing. There's not even nothing on there. But I'm going to force this trade to go through anyway. Force this trade. Very good. They accepted it. They had no choice. All right. Now let's start this draft. So again, to summarize, we got the 10th pick, the number 38 pick, and then we got a third rounder next year for Deebo, and we gave up a fourth rounder next year, just a little extra. So let's start this draft, and let's see what happens when we get to pick 10. Now you can kind of see who has gone and who has not. Aiden Stingley. Stingley going number 2. That's a strong possibility, by the way. I am a big fan of him. Kayvon Thibodeau, that sucks. That's one of the guys I want to drop. He's not going to, no matter what people say. Trayvon Walker, Evan Neal, Trent McDuffie. So here we are. The 49ers are on the clock with pick number 10. And they have a lot of options with one trade request. We'll get to that in a second. Kyle Hamilton, I do not value the safety position near enough to take a safety at pick 10. I do like Kyle Hamilton, but I'm staying away from that. He's a back into the first. Like, I understand the playmaking ability and things. I just don't value, and I don't think the 49ers do either. Jamison Williams, my number 1 wide receiver. And so I would love this pick personally. But again, if our entire narrative is, well, what's going to help Trey Lance be successful? Jameson's not playing until November. So you lost Lakin. Who knows what's up with Alex Mack? Who knows what's up with, Mike McGlinchey? Now you trade Deebo, and you're going to draft a wide receiver in the top 10 that might not be ready for November. I mean, again, you're just kind of setting Trey up for a very rough situation inside. But I would not be upset with Jamison Williams. He is by far my number one wide receiver, number 5 on my big board. Drake London, he's incredible. Obvious Garrett Wilson, and you can kind of see that's this draft. There's a whole bunch of guys in this pool. There's not a lot of elite guys. And you can keep Chris Olave's there, Booth's there, Zion Johnson, interior O line. And I mean, you can keep going down. Jermaine Johnson, which they're really, really low on. I have him as a top 10 player. I would love that. So, if I'm looking at this and let's just play the whole, okay, John Chapman, you cannot trade down. You have to pick this pick. I'm going Jamison Williams. That's probably what I would do. There are some asterisks there with his injury for sure. Waited till November, but top end, holy freaking cow. I absolutely adore this guy. He is incredible. I would have him right behind Jamar Chase as far as like who my best wide receivers are the past 2 drafts. I think Chase is a whole nother level ahead of him. Different type of players, though. They're not even close to the same style of players, even though I think their height and weight are similar. They're the same. So let's check out this trade because here's the issue. There's not a lot of teams that want to trade up. If you can find somebody to trade down, but in this draft class, I'm telling you right now, teams are trying to trade down, not up. So we got lucky here, and the Vikings want to trade up, and I am 1,000% going to take this trade. I don't give a damn what we get. We can't get their second. We can get their third. So, and this I think is exactly what the 49ers would want to do as well. So I'm going to, we're going to put this through. It looks like they're going to accept it. 78% chance of acceptance. So the Vikings are going to jump up 2 picks from 12 to 10. We're going to pick up the 77th overall pick. Okay, so that's important to me because we're going to use that to kind of finagle around. And so let's offer this trade. Let's see if it goes through. Boom, it accepted it. Let's see who they took. They took Jamison Williams. So they popped up and took our guy. We had our first quarterback go number 11 to the Commanders. I doubt that happened, but it would be smart if they did that. Carson definitely isn't the guy. Now we've got a bunch more trade offers, but I don't want to get too crazy with this. I want to keep this to be a little bit more realistic than other mocks out there. I saw this from Sid, which this is one of the things I'm watching too. Who did the Panthers take? Panthers took a tackle, Charles Cross, which is a major need for them. And if the Panthers do take a tackle, I'm going to celebrate like a crazy person because that's going to increase the chances of a Jimmy G trade to them at a very, very high rate. So that's great news as well. Good looking out, Sin, man. She knows what she's talking about. Now, I'm not going to trade back again. I understand that that is a possibility, but I don't think it's that much of a reality. I want to give as close to a realistic option as possible. So essentially what happened with the Deebo Samuel, we got the first, we got the second, a third next year, and now we just got another third this year. Getting a myriad of picks, as many dart throws as possible, but we still have this premium draft spot. And again, if I'm looking at who to take, if I'm going wide receiver, Garrett Wilson or Treylon Burks would be at the top of my list 100%. If I'm going defensive playmaker, just overall board, Jermaine Johnson would be my pick. None of those are wrong choices, and it's crazy to even be in this situation. Trevor Penning, really, really high on him, but I'm going to say no there. You got Kenyon Green, one of the best guards. I mean, you could see the difference whenever you're picking. Again, Treylon Burks, they have at 46, which is crazy to me. I understand Pro Football Focus, the metrics people don't like it, but you turn on that film, holy freaking cow, Treylon Burks is unreal. So, going back to this whole narrative of making Trey Lance comfortable, if I am taking out Deebo and Lakin and all those things, I got to give them something. So with the 12th pick in this trade with the Jets, then we traded back to 12. I'm taking Garrett Wilson. He is a very, very clean prospect, does everything very, very well, and he's going to plug in, and I'm going to be pumped about this.
Just want to say thanks for watching and supporting the 49ers Rush podcast channel. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, please do so in the middle of the screen now. And here are a few extra videos if you want to check that out for some more 49ers content. Just want to say thank you. And as always, stay strong, faithful.